A hacker? What kind? There are how many types?
Rabbit, flu shot, someone talk to me.
The most known types of hackers, white hat, gray hat, and black hat, but there are other kinds as well, so stay tuned while we talk about them and break them down. I'll also cover which hackers have the most financial backing. White hats.
Heroes help, heroes care.
So let's start with one of the main hacker types. A white hat hacker is a hacker who does things ethically and or for the benefit of companies. Generally, they keep systems secure, report bugs, and overall can do what the bad guys can do, but they use their knowledge to protect businesses, individuals, etc. They are paid to keep bad hackers and bad actors at bay. They are found within IT departments, outside contractors, and follow guidelines and principles that avoids harm to businesses, people, and assets. Black hats.
Not a good guy.
Next is the black hat hacker, or what comes to mind when the word hacker is used. Black hat is the most notoriously known hacker. This is a hacker that is generally motivated by money or fame. They are the exact opposite of a white hat. They work against companies and individuals for gain. That can be in the form of money, crypto, notoriety, respect from other hackers, or sometimes for malicious fun. Gray hats.
Gray, gray, my life is gray.
So let's move on to the next most common type of hacker. The gray hat hacker is a hacker that doesn't necessarily tick all the boxes on the white hat list of being a completely ethical hacker, but isn't in the black hat camp either. A gray hat lies somewhere in the middle of that, so some tend to be more to the white hat side and others more to the black hat side. A simple example is a bug bounty hunter who discovers a vulnerability in a company infrastructure or application. A white hat hacker would report it to the company and would never disclose a vulnerability before the company could patch it. A gray hat hacker would disclose a vulnerability publicly and allow malicious actors like black hats to explore it. Although they aren't directly exploiting the vulnerability, they are not acting to protect businesses, people, or assets. If you've enjoyed the video and want to support this channel,
Button, who's got the button?
please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to get updated when hacking related content is uploaded. So we've covered the most known hacker types, but let's investigate other categories that hackers can fall into. So stay tuned, as we will also cover the most financially backed hackers that can easily cause lots of havoc. Script kiddies.
I don't know what I'm doing.
A script kiddie, also known as a kiddie or a skid, is a hacker that has no abilities to develop their own tooling. They can run multiple tools, but don't necessarily know the underlying logic and primarily look to hacking into systems that belong to others. Although they lean heavily toward being a black hat, they generally do not have enough skills to do anything beyond basic attacks and are more interested in boasting and or trolling. They are amateur hackers who are either just starting out or unable to develop further in the skill set. The intent of most script kiddies is to inflict damage to victims, but they want to know the bare minimum to do it. Red hat. A red hat hacker, or the anti-hero hacker,
I'm not saying I'm not a hero.
is primarily focused on taking down black hats, using whatever means is at their disposal. While most people agree that black hats wreaking havoc is the last thing people want, most will not go out of their way to act as a vigilante. A red hat, however, is exactly that. A red hat hacker can use black hat techniques to take down black hats. They aren't trying to financially benefit like black hats, but don't act ethically like white hats. They're primarily motivated by destroying the ability of black hats to operate. Blue hat. Revenge! Next is a blue hat hacker. The blue hat is primarily focused on revenge. They are the revenge hacker. The primary driving force of a blue hat is to hurt a particular person or group. They are generally rookies that are looking for hacking to achieve a specific goal. They can use black hat techniques to get to their targets, but aren't motivated by the gain aspect like black hats are. Green hat. A green hat hacker, or the rookie,
Still a rookie.
is where all people start when they are trying to become a hacker. Everyone must start somewhere. Their intention is to learn and develop. They are constantly learning and practicing within controlled environments. They view hacking as a skill and will generally transition to one of the three most known types as they progress in their skills. Hacktivist. The hacktivist, or a hacker with the agenda of an activist.
I'm an activist. I've got friends.
This kind of hacker is motivated by the same thing as any activist would be, but with the added layer of hacking. They primarily use the skill to deface websites or break into systems that would help them further their cause. They are almost like black hat hackers but are motivated by principle or furthering their activist cause instead of personal gain. Cyber terrorist. A cyber terrorist is pretty much what it sounds like. A terrorist with hacking skills mixed in.
Yes. Terrorist!
Their primary goals are that of a terrorist. They are politically motivated to spread violence, fear, and panic so they can advance their political views. They can help undermine a population's belief in the government's ability to protect its citizens and things of that nature. Social engineering. A social engineer is not a hacker of computers, but a hacker of humans. A social engineer uses techniques to exploit human nature to click malicious links to get into an organization, and then further their exploit or achieve their goal.
You can trust me.
This type is generally not standalone, as it is encompassed within another type, such as a white hat hacker conducting a penetration test, or a black hat hacker getting malware into a victim organization. We have 3 more hacker types to cover, and the next is the most financially backed. They can reach the farthest and can be nearly undetectable. They're generally very skilled, as they're recruited to do their job well. State or nation hackers. The state or nation hackers are hackers that act on behalf of a government. Think of them as cyber soldiers or hacking soldiers.
Agent Smith?
They are employed and help further the goals of a government, since they are funded by the government. They can be very well funded and are usually recruited by the government. Some of the most impactful malware, cyber attacks, and hacking events have been thought to have been perpetrated mainly by state or nation hackers. Their primary goal is whatever goal the government who hired them wants. It can be anything from infrastructure attacks, espionage, and more. Whistleblower. A whistleblower, although not a conventional hacker, is a hacker that uses their internal access to expose or leak data to the public.
There could be money for a whistleblower.
They could be leaking data about a government agency, or a company. Their motives are generally to expose something that they feel the world needs to know. There have been a few notable whistleblowers in the recent history that give a good idea of what whistleblowers' motives are. Hardware hacker. A hardware hacker is a hacker who has the skills to manipulate hardware for a variety of reasons.
Every receiving device around here has been broken.
This type of hacker generally is also encompassed within one of the other types of hackers. They are versed in things from general networking, programming, and lower level hardware principles such as embedded systems, firmware level coding, microcontroller programming, and other hardware level skill sets. They use their skill sets in alignment with one of the main hacker types, but can also do it for curiosity, repurposing, electrical engineering, and similar reasons. Biohacking. So, on the other hand, there are hackers who like tinkering with hardware. Some prefer to tinker with biology. Biohacking is not a typical type of hacking, but explores ways to modify the human body to operate in a way not originally intended. Some have used things like chip implants to give them self-implanted technology. Some have tried different chemicals to enhance night vision capabilities and hacks of that nature. There's a variety of hacker types out there, and it's important to know that a hacker may fit into one or more of these categories through the lifetime of their skill set and/or career. This has been Exploit Brokers. I'll see you in the next one.